Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. If you are new, my name is Leslie and I like to post lifestyle, budgeting, and motherhood type of content here on the Mother Plan. So for today's video, I'm going to be doing my December monthly reset. I know we are already in December, but I still need to go ahead and close out my November budget and go over my budget for the month of December and then do our goals and reflections. Before we get started, if you guys do enjoy this type of content, do me a favor and go ahead and hit that like button and the subscribe button so you can be notified every time I post a new video. Alright, so let's go ahead and get started with our monthly budget results. Alright, I have my sheet right here. Last month we did our budget with me on this paper, so most of all the categories are filled out, so that's good. So now we just have to go over what we actually brought home and what the bills were versus what we thought they would be. Alright, first up is wages. So we projected $7,000. I'm going to go ahead and add up our paychecks real quick. Okay, so our wages ended up being $7,448, which is great. Okay, other income, that ended up being the same at $665. Rollover money was the same at $1,370. So the total amount of income that we had for the month of November was $9,483. So the expenses pretty much, came right on target. I don't really have any fluctuating bills. Well, I take that back. The only fluctuating bill I do have at the moment is our electric and water bill, and I usually get that bill before the month's budget is done, so I usually know that amount, so that is great. So cell phones were $193, medical insurance $400, car insurance $182, life insurance $145, the electrical water bill was $150. Phone and internet $129, Sling TV $44, our solar panels were $95. Now right here I put a little star so I wouldn't forget. My student loan payment is normally $135, but I decided for whatever reason, since I am working on this debt, I decided not to pay the minimum payment at the time frame, just because the way I've done it is I pay my payments and then they apply it to next month's payment, if that makes sense. So it's kind of like it is going off the principle, but they just keep, basically if I ever got in a bind, right, my next payment is not due until, at this point, it's not due until like 2024. I don't know if that makes sense. Just because this is the debt I'm working on. If you missed my last debt payoff update, I'll go ahead and link that in the cards, and I kind of explain my thought process on working on the student loans versus the solar panels. So currently I don't really have a payment due. I just ended up paying it at the end of the month. Okay, so let's add up our total monthly expenses. Okay, so the total monthly expenses actually came down to $3,808. So what I did for the month of November, just because it was a tight month, I needed to do a lot of things. I just, instead of me focusing on debt, I did want to add extra funds to the cash envelopes and our sinking funds. So I just wanted to let you guys know before we get started, and you'll see these numbers are going to be different from what we projected. So for groceries, I ended up putting $500 instead of $400. Gas, we ended up doing $300. Childcare, we ended up putting $200. Miscellaneous got $100, and the rest of the envelopes also got $100. So that total amount ended up being $500, $300, $200. $100, $200, $300, and $400. Okay, so we ended up putting just an extra $100 into our cash envelope, so that's going to be $1,400. And then we can go over the amounts that we had left. So for groceries, we did good. We only had $6 left. Not as good as October's budget results because we ended up having $303 that I rolled into November, but it still helped me out because I only added an extra $100. And y'all, this was Thanksgiving month, so we still hosted family and everything, so I was very happy that all I had to do was just do an extra $100 and just use the money left over from October. And we still had $6 to roll into December. Not a lot, but I would take it as not a negative, right? Okay, so for gas, we still have $312. Actually, I don't think that's right. So for gas, we had $312, but I took out $110 for our debt snowball money challenge. So we actually had $202 left in our gas envelope for the end of the month. Now childcare, we have $275 left in this envelope. Miscellaneous has $149 left. We don't account for my spending envelope and my husband's. It's always going to be zero because we moved that into our personal accounts. Family fun still has $52. So let's add all of those up. Okay, not bad, y'all. We still have $684 left into our everyday cash envelopes. So that is good. Alright guys, so moving along to our sinking funds. I'm not going to go through every single sinking fund because I have a whole bunch. It's not even going to fit on this sheet, so what I'm going to do is just split them up. I'm going to do the high priority first and the low priority second. So let me go ahead and add all of those up and I'll tell you how much we added in each category. Okay, so for our high priority, we added $1,295. Okay, so for our low priority, we added $462. So that was a total of $1,757. As you can see, pretty much all the extra money went into here. We said $1,282, so I just basically added it to the sinking funds. So you'll see, that's what happens. You do your pre-budget, you plan it for the month, and then you decide to switch things around. So I use this sheet as a starting point. Then I use my Every Dollar app when I go in and change things around, just because it's electronic. It's just easier to manipulate. And then when I get done, I come back to this sheet to see what I thought I was going to do in the beginning to seeing what I end up doing at the end of the month. So just a little side note, budgeting is not that simple. It is interchangeable, so it just goes with your life. Things happen, things change. So instead of me putting that money towards debt, I just decided to use that money for our cash envelopes and our sinking funds. So let's move over to our extra debt and savings category. So for the debt snowball, my goal was to do $1,000. I did do that. I ended up paying $1,005 just to kind of even it out with my solar panels, the $195. So I did $1,005. And then our monthly setup is the same. It's always $1,370. And then we did put $110 in our saving challenges. So let's go ahead and move to our summary. So we said our expenses ended up being $3,808. Our sinking funds were $1,400. Not sinking funds, our cash envelopes. So our sinking funds were $1,757. Okay, so let me go ahead and add these three up real quick. $1,005, $1,370 for our rollover, and $110. So that ended up being $2,485. So I'm going to put that right here. So the categories were expenses, cash envelopes, sinking funds, and we're just going to put extra debt / savings right here. So that total amount was $3,808, $1,400, $1,757, $2,485. That was $9,450. Okay, so our starting income was $9,483. Our expenses and everything added up was $9,450. So we have a difference of $33, and that is correct because y'all know I like to leave a small buffer in my checking account. I do that every single month. It's between $20 and $40-ish just so it can account for little tiny increases and just having a little small buffer that builds up over time. So this was our buffer for the month. Okay, so if you deduct that $33, we are with a zero-based budget. Oh no, could y'all see? Y'all couldn't see. I'm so sorry. I didn't realize the bottom piece of the paper was not in view. I apologize. But basically I just took that $9,483, which was our total income. I deducted it for everything we just added up, which was $9,450. And then we are left with our $33 buck. All right, so that concludes the budget results for November. And now we're going to move over to our December monthly budget.
You should know I'm not the one. If you trust me with your feelings, I won't make you wanna run. Only in my dreams, only in my dreams. I play fair, I don't make you leave. Oh my God, why is it so hard to love? Only in my head, only in my head. I'm the person I should be instead.
Okay guys, I am back. So as you guys can see, this is quite a bit for our wages, for income. So this is what we call a magic month. So we get a extra paycheck. Yay. It comes at a great time. It's the end of the year. So that is a blessing. So we have a lot of income to work with. So that is great. And then our rollover that we do every single month is $13.70. And then the extra $150 is some income that I receive for setting up a couple of wedding events and something else. It was another event. So that's always good to earn some extra cash. So that's going to be $18.15 instead of our $6.65. All right, so that total ended up being $11,185 that I am projecting for the whole month of December. And these numbers are based off of what I know we're going to receive and like our bare minimum as far as our paychecks, okay? So if we work any extra hours, that is a plus, or if we get any extra income from additional side hustles, that is a plus. So let's go ahead and move over to our expenses. Our mortgage is going to pretty much be the same at $23.70. So for cell phones, I budget $192. Medical insurance, since this is a 3 paycheck month, I have to account for that extra paycheck. So usually my medical insurance comes out of my paycheck, so that's going to be $200 per paycheck. So it's going to be $600 instead of the usual $400. Okay, car insurance. Car insurance is coming in at $181. The life insurance $145. The electrical and water bill for the month of December, I did get that bill. It's $180 and some change. So we're going to just say $181. Sling TV is $44. Our phone and internet $129. So we do have to account for pest control for this month. We do that every other month, so I made sure to add that one. Right now the pest control is coming in at $123. Solar panels, we have a minimum payment of $195. And then these two, y'all, which I do this every single year. I'm like, these kids do not use it, so I'm like, I'm not going to renew it. I'm not going to renew it. And then December comes, I forget about it, and it auto debits my card, right? So this month, I just decided I'm going to go ahead and just pay for it, because the time I stop paying on it, then I'm like, Mom, I can't get into my Adventure Academy, or I can't get into my ABC Mouse. So I'm going to keep it for another year and reevaluate. Now, next year, my oldest she's 10, so she'll be 11 next year. So I'm probably going to not do the Adventure Academy for her next year. Right now, both of them are $60, right? My littlest one, she's only 4, so I think she still has quite a bit of time left in the ABC Mouse. So I'm going to continue to pay for that one. But my oldest, y'all, she don't really play Adventure Academy that much anymore. So I'm just going to just do it one more time, just in case she changes her mind and gets bored or whatnot. So this one is geared towards more like the 8-9-year-old, and then I feel like it's set up to 11-ish. So I don't know. We're 10 at the moment, so she's already like, I'm not feeling this anymore. So anyway, enough rambling. That is it on the ABC Mouse and Adventure Academy. I'm going to go ahead and count for it. That way I ain't got to worry about it. Whenever it auto debits, it's good, and I'm like not scrambling for that money at the end of the year like, oh crud, I forgot about that. So I'm just happy I remembered this year. Okay, so let me add up all of the projected amounts for our expenses. Alright, so I came up with $4,280 for our monthly expenses, which, you know, that's not bad considering the income. So $4,280. Now we need to move over to our cash envelopes, and then for this one I also need to account for, we got the extra paycheck, but there's also an additional week in this month for us. So instead of me budgeting for 4 weeks, I need to budget for 5 weeks. So groceries, I am going to put quite a bit in this category because y'all already know it's the holidays, so I have to account for that. So $850 we're going to put into our grocery envelope, and that just pretty much end up being, if you think about it, per week, that's about $170 per week. So I feel like that should cover it, because normally I do $150 for groceries a month. So if you do $150 times 5 weeks, that's $750, and that additional $100 would be spent towards Christmas food. So $850 should be enough. Fingers crossed, y'all. Fingers crossed, y'all, that it will be. Okay, childcare. Childcare will get $250. We usually do about $50 a week. $75 for gas a week, so that is $375. And then we usually do between $20 $25 for our like miscellaneous and spending envelopes. So I'm going to do that for each category: 25, 25, and 25. Okay, so let's go ahead and add up how much we plan to put into our cash envelopes. $850, $250, $375. Did I mess something up? Y'all, I'm over here like, what the heck is going on? I put 25, and I'm like, this is not right. That's short. I didn't put 125. I put the amount that we put for each category for 1 week. So let me go ahead and add a 1 for all of these. I was like, that is not right. And I was gonna sit here and think about it. I'm like, oh my gosh, what did I do wrong? Okay, now that is correct. $1,975. So I'm gonna just put that right here since this is our planned amount. I don't know the actual amount. Oh, yeah, I shouldn't have wrote it in. No, I shouldn't have wrote it in. I gotta get it together. Y'all remember last time I was on the struggle bus? So apparently we are. You know what? I'm gonna leave it just because if I end up keeping it all the same, and then I'm gonna be mad that I whited it out and wrote it in. But normally I don't write in the added amount because I don't know for sure what I'm gonna add for the month of December. So anyway, it's $1,975. So if it's different, I will put that amount here, and if it's the same, I'll just drag the $1,975 right here. Okay, moving on to the sinking funds. Y'all help me out here. Pray for me over here, okay? Okay, so for our high priority, I think we are going to do $505 for our low priority, and then $1120 for our high priority. So that's $1625. So I'm gonna leave these two blank just in case I change it, and I might, and I'm gonna tell you guys why. This is going to be the first budget with me that I don't zero it out as far as a zero-based budget, because your girl's over here just struggling with a decision I need to make as far as my debt and some things that are coming up in 2023. So we'll move over to the debt and savings, and then we'll talk about that. But for our sinking funds, I'm going to do $1625. That's the projected amount. And so let's go ahead and see how much money we have left at this point. So we're starting off with $11,185. And then I'm going to subtract this $4,280 for our expenses. And then the $19.75 for cash envelopes. And then the $16.25 for sinking funds. Okay, so currently, sitting at the amount that I projected, I have $3,305 left. So what we're going to do is automatically account for our monthly setup. So let's go ahead and take that money out. And that's always $1,370. So let's deduct that, $1,370. Okay, here we go. We are left with $1,935. So, and y'all, I did add the saving challenge into this category. I didn't mean to do it, but I'm not going to erase it. So saving challenges. I know my handwriting is horrible, but I did account for the saving challenge, that 110 inside of the sinking fund. So I'm not going to add it down here. When we close out the budget, I'll probably switch it around. So I'm at $1,935, and you know, this would be a no-brainer. I would just put it all towards debt because it's extra money. So usually I just want to pay $1,000 towards debt, right? Now up here is my $195 that goes towards my debt, which I put it as underneath the expense because it is a monthly bill that I have to pay, right? So if we take that $195 and then we add that to the current debt I'm working on, which is my student loans, I would have to pay $905 to get me at my $1,000 goal. Okay, so I'm only going to put that amount in there just because. So let's see, 905. We're left with $1,030, and that $30 is just my monthly buffer. So we're at the 1,000. So I originally was going to just put it into my debt snowball and call it a day, and so I can make my payment maybe up to $2,000. But we are planning a trip. So here's where it gets a little tricky. We are planning a trip mid-year-ish, and it's a couples trip, and it's gonna be kind of as our anniversary trip. It's all the things, right? I just added up all the prices, like literally right before I did this video. I just added up all the prices, and it is a lot. And I am struggling with decreasing the days of the trip, or just go ahead and say this is a once-in-a-lifetime thing. We probably won't ever get to do this again. And if we do get to do it again, it won't be for years and years. You know how all the stuff runs through your mind. And y'all know I am an advocate of, yes, I have debt, but I also have a life. So I do struggle with decisions of purchasing things, going on trips, versus me putting everything towards debt. Because y'all see my debt payoff updates. I put a lot of money towards debt. And we are approaching our 3-year mark on our debt-free journey. And I feel like I haven't really deviated from the plan too much. Other than the mishap of having low income, this was during COVID, and we had to kind of put the brakes on paying off debt for a couple of months. But other than that, for the most part, y'all see I put thousands towards debt each month, right? So I'm gonna back off a little bit. This is the first time of me really like saying this on the YouTube channel, just because I wasn't really sure until I made this video. But I think I'm going to plan on $1,000 for our monthly debt, because that way I can feel like I'm paying something and I'm not losing that progress, even though I could be done with this debt-free journey a little bit quicker. But for right now, I am going to focus on saving for this trip, just because I feel like it's important. I feel like I really want to do this trip for many personal reasons and things like that. But I just feel like I don't want to go into new debt if I decide at the last minute, no, I want to go, and I don't have the funds for it. Does that make sense, y'all? Do me a favor, y'all, like help a girl out. Give me some advice. Like, the trip, honestly, if I'm being honest, the trip is probably at least $8,500. I know, that's a lot. $8,500. However, it's a week-long trip. It is, you know, something that I feel like it's good for us. It is considered an anniversary trip, and it'll be part of our yearly trip. Usually my husband and I, we take a trip together without the kids, and then we also do a family trip. So this will count as our, you know, mommy daddy trip, if that makes sense. So let me know in the comment section if what you guys think. Should I don't know, because I don't even know what kind of advice I'm asking for at this point. I think I'm just struggling with, you know, when you have like a goal and you deviate from the goal and things change. You don't really like to do that, but at the same time, you kind of already know what you're going to end up doing, and you just want to make yourself feel better. So I don't know. So that's it as far as my dilemma on why I'm not putting so much towards debt probably in the upcoming months, because I have this big trip I want to save for. Plus, I have a birthday coming up in a couple of months, and it's a milestone birthday, and I have this big party planned. So a lot of money is going to go towards the party and our couples trip. So I probably should have just made that like a separate video, right? Like, I don't know. Y'all know when I do these monthly resets, these videos be super long. So I'm probably going to just end up editing a lot of other things out of the video. But we'll see, because right now I feel like I've been talking for like 45 minutes. But anyway, that's the deal on this whole, and I mean, this is real life budgeting though. This is a budget with me. This is seriously like, this is what goes on when someone is thinking of their budget. It's not just writing things on a piece of paper and you're like, here, that's it. Things change. You change your mind. You struggle with decisions. So I want to represent the real life of budgeting on this channel. I may say one thing, but I'm going to let you guys know my thought process on, hey, your girl just changed her mind and this is why. Just so you can relate to, oh, okay, I don't feel as bad when I have to change my budget. Oh, I don't feel as bad when something comes up and I thought I was going to put this amount of money towards debt and turns out I can't do it this month. So I want you guys to see the real side of budgeting, because I feel like people are more successful when you see the real side versus just the pretty on a piece of paper, here's my budget, all right guys, I'll see you guys next month. Nothing against that. I just want it to represent what's going on in my life for real, if that makes sense, right? Okay, so let me get off my little soapbox there. Y'all know I do one every video. But that's just how I feel, and I just wanted to make sure that I convey that in my videos. So as of right now, I am only going to plan for my debt snowball to be 905. This may decrease, this may increase. I have saving challenges coming up, y'all, so I can count all that money together and see how much I can put towards the trip. So this year probably won't get that huge debt payment that I normally do at the end of December every year, just because the saving challenge money may end up being used for this trip. But anyway, that's where I'm at. So pretty much I am left with $1,000 if you did all the math with me as far as how I'm planning things out. And I'm probably am going to put that towards our vacation fund. Okay, so y'all, I know that was a very long budget with me. I hope you guys are still sticking around. We need to do one more thing, and let's go ahead and do that. I'm gonna go over our goals for the month of November and December. Alright guys, I am back for our goals and reflection portion of the video. Right here are all of our November goals, and what I'm going to say is we did okay. I feel like the month of November was fun. We spent time with family, we had Thanksgiving, and I was able to accomplish quite a few things on my goals list. Some still need some improvement, and I still need to work on those moving into December, but overall I think we did great. So number one, we did stay on budget. Nothing went into the negative. I was able to manipulate the budget throughout the month to make sure we stayed on budget. And then this one, I'm going to give us a partial mark because I did not do $500 in extra income. It ended up being about $450 of extra income. So pretty close to that 500. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and give ourselves a check just because I feel like it was close enough, right? Let's go ahead and give ourselves some grace. So I'm going to put 500 income. It was close to 500 income. All right, and then we did pay $1,000 towards debt. We just made that mark by a little bit, so I'm happy that we were able to put our bare minimum towards our debt. And then sinking funds, it said $1,300. We actually put $1,757. So that was awesome. All right, and then I did track all of our expenses. Yay. So I think the money section of our goals, we did awesome. Like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, considering all the things that we had going on in November, and I'll get into that in a minute, like, I feel like we took everything that we had to deal with and prep for and was able to keep the money right where it needed to be. So let's move over to side hustle, y'all. Did y'all hear my tone? It kind of like, ugh. So let's just say I did stick with uploading once or twice a week. So I feel like I had about 7 videos. Let's check. I'm going to see how many videos I uploaded in November. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so we did pretty good. We did 6 videos, so 6 uploads for the month. So I am going to give myself a check because it should be between 4 and 8. And then I'm going to give myself a half a check on getting ahead on videos. I do have some videos that I did film, mostly grocery hauls and things like that, but I haven't had time to edit them. So I'm not really sure if this is going to happen quickly for me as far as getting a routine of filming videos ahead of time. Just because I feel like if I get too far ahead, they just sit on my computer and I don't want to edit them for some odd reason. Like, I can film a video at the beginning of the week and maybe edit at the end of the week or a few days later, but making it sit for more than that kind of gives me a little bit of anxiety, and I feel like I forget about them. So I'm going to continue to work on this, but I feel like it would be great, especially during the times of the month where I don't feel that great. I have like a week and a half of every month where I am miserable as far as health wise. So I think that would be good to focus on getting those videos a week ahead based on just how I feel for the month. Okay, so moving on, create 1 new product. I did do that, y'all. Let me show you. Y'all know I do use the Budget Mom. So I created a monthly kit. I love these colors. They are gorgeous. So this is what it looks like. And of course, you can choose any month. So if you guys do use the Budget Mom sheets, these are specifically made for that. However, I do have expense trackers, sinking fund trackers, things like that if you want to use just regular notebook paper and just write in your budget like some people do. That's like the old school way, and I think it's so simple and it's customizable, so you can put your budget sheets however you want them to be. So these are made for like 8x11 binders and folders and planners, things like that. But I did specifically make it for the Budget Mom, so it will fit the Budget Mom workbook perfectly. I am super sad that she decided not to make a planner for 2023. She designed one, but not a hard copy. So I'm a little bummed about that. So this is my last month in the Budget Mom workbook. I went ahead and bought the printable version, y'all, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use it. I might end up going back to my big Happy Planner, or I may integrate them. What I'll do is make a separate video on my planner setup for 2023 once I decide. So I'll let you guys know. It may end up being a mix between the Happy Planner sheets, my own personal sheets, and the Budget Mom sheets, since I don't have her notebook anymore. But anyway, that's that. So we did create our new product on the Etsy shop. And then, y'all, I don't want to say I'm about to give up on the subscribers, If y'all are here, thank you so much for sticking with me and being here. I have not hit 4,200 subscribers yet. I've been working on the same goal since July, August, and at the time I had maybe 4,050-ish. I can't even remember. So it's a struggle. I even posted on my YouTube page, you know, asking people, do you guys even see the videos? A lot of people are telling me they're not even getting notifications for my videos. So I'm not really sure what YouTube is doing. It's nothing I can do about that. So, you know, it is what it is. Right now, I'm literally sitting at 4,191 subscribers. And then I'll check tomorrow and it'll say 4,089. Every time I upload a video, even though it's the same type of content that I put out consistently, it goes down a subscriber. And then it goes up a subscriber the next day, and it goes back down. So I've been literally stuck at the same subscriber count for months. But it's okay. Hey. Sorry, my child came in for a second. But anyway, like I was saying, just stuck right underneath 4,200 subscribers. It's a bummer. Y'all know, as a YouTuber, you want your channel to grow. And it is what it is. I know like my debt payoff updates video get a lot of views, but I only can do a debt payoff update once a month. Technically, if we're up to date, it's only once a month. So I can't bank on just those type of videos to bring new viewers to the channel. So hopefully it'll get a little bit better. I am just going to continue to work on that goal. But as of right now, we did not hit the 4,200 subscribers. Alright, and then I'm going to give myself an X on this social media. I started posting on TikTok and then I just kind of stopped. I am still on the fence with the TikTok. I have not posted on Facebook. I don't even know if people use Facebook anymore. And then I haven't really posted on Instagram. So for me, for right now, my focus is going to be the YouTube channel. Alright, moving on to health and wellness. I have been drinking my water daily, and I don't know why I don't have an R right there. So that is good. Steps, I've been getting my 11,000 steps 3 times a week. Exercise, I'm going to give myself an X on that one. I have not been able to exercise like I want to, so hopefully I can get onto that this month or starting at least the beginning of the year. Now, even though I was not able to exercise as much, I did lose some weight. I didn't lose 5 pounds, but I lost 4. So that is great. And I think this had a lot to do with me finally getting control of my health and getting back on my medications and things like that. So I'm just gonna, you know what, I'm gonna give myself a check because that's almost 5 pounds, right? 4 pounds is quite a bit for a month. And I made a doctor's appointment. Y'all know I've been trying to make a doctor's appointment for months. I'm so happy I was finally able to get in with a doctor. And the way it happened was my daughters ended up being sick for a good part of November. And I had to take them into multiple doctor's appointments. And one of the family practitioners, I was talking to her. I ended up knowing her from years back. And she was able to schedule my appointment on the spot, y'all. I was like, you just don't know how much of a blessing this is. Because me trying to fight through third-party services and trying to call the call center and stuff like that, trying to make an appointment to stay within my tier and my network, because the way my job works, I'm a nurse, you have to use certain doctors affiliated with that hospital. It's just a whole big mess. So it's not like, I mean, technically I could just go to a random doctor, but I would pay way more money than I should be paying. So that was a plus. I got a doctor's appointment made for the month of November, and I was actually able to be seen in November. So this gets double, triple checks. I made a doctor's appointment and I actually went to the doctor's appointment. And I got put back on some medication. So I think that's helping with my overall energy levels and just feeling better. Very, very happy about that, y'all. Now moving on to our personal goals, I did plan out my schedule. This is working out great. I just take the 1 day a week, usually on a Sunday, Saturday or Sunday, and I just plan out that following week. We plan out our meals. I put the kids' schedule on there. I put my work schedule. It's been great. Meal prepping, love it. It's so much easier now. I buy the groceries. I process them either the next day or that very same day, and it just makes meals so much easier. Now, try a new restaurant. I'm going to give myself a check because remember I was telling you I have to help set up some events for November. I did just get paid for that for the month of December, but we set up a wedding and it was like some seminar events and things like that. So Technically, it wasn't a standalone restaurant, but we ate at the hotel and the food was great, you guys. So I'm just gonna go ahead and give myself a check for trying a new restaurant because it was inside the hotel. All right, and then deep clean the house for guests. We did do that. And then self-care activity one time. I did not do that. I got to get better. I got to take care of myself for sure. The month of November was a little bit difficult as far as just navigating everything. We had family coming in. It was Thanksgiving. We had 2 kids sick for half of the month. It was just a lot of things going on. I was able to get in with my doctor. You know, just considering what was going on, I was just very proud of myself that I was still able to upload to YouTube 6 times. We were able to stay on budget even though we had all these dips and mishaps with our life and our schedule. I was still able to meal prep and everything worked out great. So overall, I think November was great. It was a success. Now, to save time on this video, y'all, I've been talking a long time, and I know we're getting up there. I try to keep these videos under 40 minutes-ish, so I'm not going to go over our December goals because basically, y'all, it's going to look the same. So this is pretty much literally going to copy and paste until December. Same thing with the mother plan, side hustle, create 1 new product. Hopefully, y'all, if I can't get 9 subscribers for the month of December, I don't know. It's going to make me look at this whole YouTube way different. I know I obviously don't want to say I'm here for subscribers because that's not the case. I am happy if 100 people watch the channel. It's just that you work on something and you want to see it grow. So at this point, I am taking it a little bit harder than I did when I first didn't hit this goal, just because it's like, okay, what's going on? So I think I'm a little bit more hyper focused on it just because it hasn't happened, and I'm just, you know, feeling a little bit down about that. So I'm going to transfer all of these over to the month of December as well. Same thing with our health and wellness goals. I want to get on the exercise train. I want to lose 5 pounds, keep up that water intake. Doctor's appointment I don't have to worry about. But I do have some testing that needs to be done in December. So same realm of doctor's appointments. And then personal, same thing, plan out the schedule. So I really am going to copy and paste this whole thing and put for December goals. Y'all, I know that was a lot. And again, thank you guys so much for your support, and thank you for sticking all the way to the end. If you did, we need to come up with a hashtag. So let's say, okay, so let's say hashtag copy and paste, because literally we are copying our whole month of November and we're going to move it to December because it's still the holidays. I still got family coming in and I still have all these goals that we need to work on for the month of December. And y'all, let me know what y'all think about that vacation versus that stuff. So y'all can leave that in the comment section too, because I need some words of encouragement and some advice. But yeah, anyway, again, hashtag copy and paste. And that's it. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up. I'm going to leave a few videos right here on the side to check out. If you're not subscribed, I appreciate it if you go ahead and hit that button for your girl. And yeah, that's it. I hope you guys have a great day, and I will see y'all in the next video. Bye.